Did it finally work? Can everybody see me? Yeah? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hey, yeah, I'm getting a yes. There we go. Hi, let me let me put something up in front of my video feed so I'm not just staring at myself the entire time. Just gonna block everything. Hi! Hi! Talk to me right now! Tell me things, ask me things so that I just don't cry on stream the whole time because holy shit. Yes, the bottle. Look at that. Look at how much is left at the end of the fucking episode. And I had to fight not to drink this. I really did. Yeah. Mhm. No, I'm good. I'm great. I'm wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. No. Uh-huh. Don't you quote weighing at me or I'm just gonna sob. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're taking deep breaths. I should probably be a YouTuber for a second and like introduce the live stream. Who has thoughts right now? I just finished the Untamed. I just watched episode 50, and as a patrons only live stream, I immediately went from episode 50 to here. So you're catching all the human disaster in real fucking time. I thought that would be fun. Yeah, that's the live stream. We're just here to scream and yell about the Untamed and that final fucking episode and all of the content that comes next, all the stuff that I'm going to react to next. I have a somewhat small little surprise for you guys as well. And yeah, we're here to scream and cry and get emotional. Whew. That's all I thought today, Maggie. I was like, it's actually here. It's the last episode. It's the 50th episode. No more main series Untamed after this. That's fine. I got emotional over my coffee this morning. It was great. It was a good time. I'm stable. It's whatever. Bix girl. What's even more fun is when you realize that this will be your reaction every time you watch it. You know me too well. But also I think that's just what this show does to you. It just fucks you emotionally and repeatedly. Watch all the Rast, watch all the English versions of the Wangxian song. I will be reacting to the what was it? The not the soundtrack with lyrics, but the instrumental soundtrack at the very least. I am reacting to on Wednesday. And then you will see, well, you guys will see that because you're patrons. You guys will see that on Saturday. If I have time, I'm going to do both the instrumental soundtrack and the soundtrack with lyrics and all that jazz. I'm just not sure how long that's going to run at the moment. So I don't know. But at the very least, it would be something that I did like the immediately following week. So yeah, the soundtrack is first in terms of what's coming next. The soundtrack is definitely first. I will be rewatching episode 1 and 2 whenever I get to the rewatch in a couple of weeks, if not maybe like a month. Give my emotions some time to reset. When I start my rewatch, I will be rewatching episode 1 and 2 as a reaction on the channel. Yeah. So that I can scream about foreshadowing because I feel like I'll be doing that a lot. Oh, Len. Hey, Len. Oh, wait, there are English covers? Rast, there are just like straight up English covers? Excuse me? Like, what? What? There are so many things. You guys have been telling me about all of the things for like 7 months now, and there are still things I don't know. Am I happy with my sons? I'm gonna have to think about Huasong. I probably just butchered that name, but I'm gonna have to think about him for a second. But obviously, and here I go butchering names again. Ahuan is the best boy. He is officially the best boy. Fight me. He's just the best. That's it. That's it. That was actually, and I will tell you this, during the reaction for the last episode, that's where I really lost it. That's where I was just fucking sobbing, was during that whole thing that if I think about too hard, I'm going to start crying again. So that's where it really came off the hinges. I was already at the bottle by then. I actually get to the bottle. I started with John. I get to the bottle like less than 10 minutes in. But that I started sobbing when the whole I want thing started happening. That's where it got really unhinged. Mm-hmm. Wang Xian Lovebot, good URL. The most important question, are you happy with the ending? I'm about 95% happy with the ending, yes. There are a couple of things that I feel like went unexplained, but other than that, like in terms of an emotionally satisfying ending, yes. Yes. Yeah. They fucking got me though. They tricked me, those bastards, with the whole, oh, we're separating at the end. Yeah, isn't this beautiful? Look at China. Isn't it gorgeous? Doesn't it just make you want to cry? And then, and I've seen enough BL series at this point. I should have been guessing that they were going to fucking fake me out. Did I though? No. They fucking got me one last time. I'm so mad. Oh, Arfea, how did I feel about that little Jeng Chung reveal? I cried. Yep, I cried. I'm not entirely happy that they ended the series still estranged and still technically like out of each other's lives. But I feel like at the same time, that's a wide gap that they're going to have to close. And I feel like it started to close. And I would like to think that, if there was an epilogue to the series, it would involve Chung and Wushan finally coming back together as brothers. Who knows, like several years down the road. But yeah. And I get from a narrative perspective why they didn't try to cover that ground by the end of the series, because that would have been a bit much. And as heartbreaking as it is not to see that happen, it was still more realistic, I feel, in a show with all kinds of craziness going on. When it comes to Chung and Wushan, they went for the more emotionally realistic and honest ending, which I appreciated, even if it did, make me sob like a little girl again, but that's fine. Oh, I'm sure there are so many fics. There are so many. I am so excited to get into fan fiction. I am unbelievably excited, especially, at least from my perspective, coming at it from a it's like they're fix, but I don't think I would actually change anything that happens in the series. Really, I don't think so. That opinion might change after like a rewatch and when I watch the special edition and stuff. And once it really all settles in, that opinion might change. But as of right now, this is one of those rare instances where you're like, yeah, I'll read this fix it fic, but it's not to like, but it's not as like a fuck you to the writers or the showrunners or anything like that. That's actually pretty nice to have that kind of thing. Leonardo, what's the wine? It's literally Arbor Mist. It is quite literally Arbor Mist, the cheapest, sugariest wine that you can find on the market. I did my research to find the cheapest and sugariest wine, and it's Arbor Mist white wine. This one I tried a few different flavors, but it was the peach that was the least offensive to me because I don't like wine either. And as someone who doesn't like wine, you would think that I wasn't going to do what I'm going to do for Hannibal, and yet I'm still going to do it. So the wine doesn't stop here, certainly. We're going to have all kinds of wine adventures in Hannibal. Is it okay to share links in the chat right now? I would say, yeah, just don't link to literal, actual, pornography. And I think we're good. What's my favorite episode? Lovebot? I'm supposed to have thoughts right now? Like I'm supposed to go back and think of, oof. That's something that I'm gonna make I don't know if I'm gonna make a video of it or a blog post about it, but that's definitely something that I'm going to hammer down like on the rewatch. Um Speaking of blog posts, I have not told you guys, but I started a Untamed side blog on Tumblr because I feel like that's inevitably where this was going. So aside from the Gay Watch Tumblr, there is also a let me see if I can write it down. I can't. I have no paper. But I have an Untamed side blog that will, aside from just having fandom things and pretty gift sets that I may or may not make, actually, that's going to be where a lot of posts happen. Basically, like if I don't have time to make it into a video and it would make a really good blog post, that's where that kind of stuff is going to go, so that I don't overwhelm the Gay Watch Tumblr with all this Untamed stuff. The actual Gay Watch Tumblr is supposed to be more of a mix of all the things as opposed to one dominant deal. So posts like matching characters with tarot cards and some scene analysis stuff where I can make GIFs and go through it like that. All kinds of things that I either that I don't have the time to make videos for. The URL, I will post the URL for the Untamed side blog to Patreon when we're done here. Argon having one favorite Untamed episode sounds fake. It really does. I don't think I'm gonna have like a top 5 or like a top 10, but they're not gonna be in any kind of actual order. Like the day I choose a number 1 favorite Untamed episode, I don't know, that's the day something explodes. Cause like I'm bisexual. I've never made a decision in my life. Maggie, what are some of the most impactful scenes that come to mind? Jesus. Well, I mean, I think a lot of them happen in the last episode. I think the whole last episode is one giant impactful scene, really. Like, let's be real. Not Wang Xian related. because every scene with them is impactful. But like all the big things, they do the big moments so fucking well that like you could pretty much round up the usual suspects, like Chung finding out about Wushan's core and Yan Li's death that we're not going to talk about. Things like that. I think because they had a tendency to do all the big moments really fucking well. So when you round up all of the really emotionally hard hitting stuff, it's pretty much going to be that. Luna, when I read the novel, are you going to make posts about your reading progress or something? Yes, the book thing is going to go on the side blog. Whenever I read the book, which will be after I do the rewatch and after I watch the special edition, when I'm reading through the book, I will be live blogging it on the side blog. That is very much a side blog thing. Yes. Have I thought of making a Discord? Yeah, actually, a Discord. I have loose plans to make a Discord for this channel for patrons only, actually. That was going to be a perk added, I think either to all patrons or maybe tier 2. I cannot remember which, but I know shit about shit when it comes to Discord. So I'm kind of having to wade in and figure all that stuff out. But I do have plans for a Discord for Gay Watch. Yeah. Arfea, have you had any scenes you loved from previous episodes that have changed after the big reveals? I am sure that's something I'm going to be screaming about during the rewatch. Absolutely sure that that's going to be a thing. Cuz there are so many fucking reveals that you have to rewatch. I mean, I don't understand how you watch the show and then never watch it again just on a pure entertainment basis because it's so fucking good. But even with that aside, there are just so many reveals that change the context of so many different things. You have to rewatch it. It's a moral imperative. You can't not rewatch this show. Like I would side eye anyone who watches this show once and is like, "Oh no, that's cool. I don't need to watch it again." I would not believe them. Len, your fic rec, I do plan on making either a community post or something like that. I'm going to make something actually for you guys, for patrons. It'll probably be on Patreon as a separate thing. I am absolutely going to have like a place for everyone to finally fucking dump all of their fic recs on me. Absolutely. Because y'all have been like dying to throw me fics for several months now, and now you finally can. So yeah. Argon, am I planning to react to behind the scenes and or cast interviews? Yes to both. Um, Cast interviews will probably happen before the behind the scenes thing because I actually have a bit of a special plan for the behind the scenes reactions that I can't put into effect until like May or something like that. So it'll be a little bit for the behind the scenes, but if it all plays out the way that I hope it does, the behind the scenes will be very special. Very special. Can the fics be smutty? Yes. I am as allosexual as the day is long. Throw me all the smut. Like I'm actually making an exception with the Untamed, especially since so many people want to wreck me fics. I will read whatever, you send me, unless it has a squick of mine, no matter what the rating. But just generally speaking, I almost exclusively only read explicit. Rowan, I have seen the Harper's Bazaar photo shoot, and I have lost my damn mind. I don't know who the fuck came up with that concept for a photo shoot, but they deserve a raise. They deserve a bonus. They deserve everything they want in life. That, ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I was actually considering making there's a main shot from that photo shoot that has the two of them. And I was considering making that a thumbnail for some of the episodes actually. But I was like, it's not actually the characters, their hair is up. But hell, I may still do it. I may retroactively do it just because those pictures are so fucking gorgeous. Feza. Looking back, would you agree that Shu Young and Men Yao are still the best boys? I've been debating that. I think from the show's perspective, in terms of what they told me, not anything that I, go off thinking about and speculating on, or what the book says, just purely based on what the show told me. I feel like Yao has more of a foot to stand on than Shu Young does. I still think Shu Young is a really interesting case that you can really dig into, and I fully plan on doing that because I mean, duh. Um, but I think in terms of kind of making their case for why they did what they did and their background and all of that jazz and displaying their personality is not the right word, but I've had a whole bottle of wine, so bear with me. I'm going to stick with making their case. In terms of making their case, the show, I feel, did a much better job making Yao's case than Shu Young. But I have not entirely written Shu Young off yet. And I still think they're both incredible cases of villains. Whether or not I would class them as like a tragic villain or an anti-villain or whatever has yet to be seen. I'm going to need to rewatch for that. Liliana, you're late, but you're here. We love that. I'm late for everything. Shu Young is my guilty pleasure. Listen, I'm a Loki fan, all right? I am with you. I am absolutely with you on hot guy villains. I'm not going to lie. Lynn, cool motive, still murder. Yes. But like I also feel like that's a bit not that I don't love that meme, and not that that meme doesn't have a fucking point, especially in these cases. Um but I feel like it's a bit more complicated than that. It's a little bit more. I mean, you might be able to ultimately say cool motive, still murder, but I think that sells the amazing characterization a little bit short. Analysis of that as well is another side blog thing that will be happening. Hell, actually, I might make an entire video on that. Let's be real. Cinder, yay for Loki. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big Loki fan, me. I'm also a big Tom Hiddleston fan. because of Loki. Liliana, that's why I love this show / novel. Nothing is black or white. This show does an incredible job with shades of gray, from the absolute darkest gray to the absolute lightest. They really do. This is a masterclass. It's a masterclass on a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, but one of the masterclasses is definitely on gray characters and not having people who are all white and savior and all purely pitch black and evil, in terms of like Lord of the Rings type dichotomies, that kind of thing. Jar, would you ever want to get to know more about the original book, not only Untamed related stuff, like reacting to the audio drama that has no censor? I have heard about the uncensored audio drama, and isn't why am I blanking on his name? I've only seen it 100 times now. The guy who plays Wushan, isn't he in the audio drama? You know, the uncensored audio drama? Because I've had the audio drama on my radar for a little while now. Yeah, that's him. Shaozan. My apologies to like all of fucking China. I'm just a dirty Westerner. I'm mispronouncing all these names. I'm so sorry. Oh, it was the guy who dubbed Wei Ying. That's right. I keep forgetting that the Untamed is dubbed, of all things, and that I haven't actually heard the actors' voices, except for I think there's one case. Wasn't one character? Wasn't that his actual voice? I forget which one, but somebody did their own voice. I forgot. I didn't catch it in time to see who said it. But what did I think of the real villain? I don't know. I'm gonna have to dissect. Was he the real villain though? Like, my vibes, like what I understood was that he did certain things to take down Yao, for basically revenge is what I got. But am I wrong about that? Was he supposed to be like the mastermind? Because I might fucking flip my shit if I misinterpreted that. Dragon, I saw someone say the real villain wasn't any of the people, it was crowd thinking society. Yes. Exactly right. Exactly right. Oh, okay. I didn't misinterpret that. The spin-off movies, I am going to watch them. I'm probably not going to do a reaction to them, because there are other things that I feel like will be more fun reactions. And I'm also upping my schedule this week, actually. I'm going from 3 videos a week to 4 because I'm starting video games this week. So I have to prioritize the type of Untamed reactions and all that jazz. That'll be a blog thing, I feel, rather than an actual reaction. Huasong is just a sad, clever boy avenging his big brother. That's what I got from it. And like the fact that he's not a fucking idiot. Not that I didn't love my idiot son. I loved my idiot son, okay? But him turning out to be clever is one of the best fucking twists of the show. Word of honor. Everybody, Misha, word of honor. Everybody has been telling me about word of honor. I have been told about word of honor more fucking times than I can count. It is hysterical. Word of honor is going on the list for the next long reaction series. So after Hannibal finishes, when you guys have to do the whole voting thing again, Word of Honor and Guardian will be added to the list. I just wanted to do a series that wasn't a BL series this time around. More variety to the channel, all that stuff. I've said it before. But yes, Word of Honor is on my radar and it is going on the list. And like by then, it will have aired and there will be subtitles for everything. And so really it's the best of all possible worlds. It's how it should have happened. Arfea, I do have plans on watching Cherry Magic. Not as a reaction, but I do have plans on watching it. I do have it written down. I'm actually in the middle of watching BL series for the second round, the second roundup video for BL series, where I watched like the top 9 or whatever that you guys wrecked however many months ago. I am in the middle of watching series for that. And the first round, actually, that video, because you guys wrecked me like 42 fucking BL series, and I watched 33 of them and rated them and reviewed them, and I filmed that whole video, and I have been editing that video for a very long time. I don't know why it's taken me this long, but I'm almost done with it. It should be posted, if not this week, then next week, because I am actually almost done editing it. Rast, Hannibal had you hooked for years until you found the Untamed, and now you're going to be going back to Hannibal, I hope. That's hilarious. Until We Meet Again is on the second round list. It was in the top 8 or 9 or whatever. I haven't gotten to it yet, but that is on the list. I'll be watching that very soon, actually. That's a lot of BL. It is a lot of BL. I kind of massively overestimated myself. That's why it's taken so long. Because I think I had you guys, I opened up for Asian BL Rex, what, in like November or something? Maybe even October? And it has taken me a second. But the video is going to be like 40 minutes long of just talking about different BL series. So I feel like that's worth it. I should record Yasmin. I should record reacting to everything I watch so I can post it someday. If I had the space, if I had the space and an editor, I would record way more reactions. Yes. Yes. The hard drive space for all the shows. Cuz like the Untamed, just the reactions, I'm keeping those in the wild crazy chance that like say my channel got deleted someday and I had to restart it. I actually keep all of the Untamed videos. I don't just put them on YouTube. And so I have like massive hard drive space issues. Rast, Fanables are amazing. You'll never find a nicer fandom. I know. I know, because the last time I watched it was literally when it aired. So this was several years ago. But oh my God, the Hannibal fandom is like the exact opposite of what you would expect. Like if you watch any part, even just a scene from that show, you would not expect the fandom to be the way it is, with its flower crowns and its absolute fucking ridiculousness. And it's just sunshine and rainbows and nightmare stags. That fandom is fucking ridiculous. That was one of the things that I was really excited about when Hannibal was chosen for the next series, because that fandom is a fucking hoot. That fandom is a good time. I am extremely excited. I'd forgotten about Eat the Rude. That is how long it's been. I forgot about Eat the Rude. Clarissa, does anyone have any girls love Rex that's Asian? I mean, besides The Handmaiden, which is required viewing for everybody ever, I don't really have much besides The Handmaiden, not something that's from East Asia. Listen, The Handmaiden is one of the best fucking movies I've ever seen. Just period. Just that's it, end of story. In all of filmmaking, it's one of the best goddamn films. I actually haven't watched it in a hot second either. I really need to rewatch that. It's so good. Revolutionary Girl Utena! Rast and Valea? Utena's good. Anime, but Utena's good. I was thinking more live action since she asked specifically GL. Utena's a good time. Utena's a good classic anime time. Like when did that come out? Like the 90s? That was one of the first queer girl animes that I'd seen. Period. Nova, am I going to do a reaction to the audio drama? I haven't decided yet. Have I? Or did I say something definitive earlier? We don't know. It's been a whole bottle of wine. We don't know. But currently, I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure. I need to see how long is the audio drama. It's at the very least going to be a blog thing, a live blog thing. Of course. Misha, I could do some specific scenes, but how would I? Because the audio drama is closer to the book, right? Not the show? That's a good question, actually. Is the audio drama based on the book or the show? Syrian, a whole bottle of wine and a lot of emotions. That might be the episode title. Ah, it's the book? Okay. If it's the book, then I feel like I'd have to read the book first. So then I would know which scenes to listen to for the audiobook. Maybe I will do select scenes from the audiobook sometime in the future. That'll be a few months out, though. I am very excited about the not the extended, the special edition of the Untamed, with like 20 episodes focus on the gay. I'm real curious to see how they did that. I'm just how on one hand, I mean, duh, how, but on the other hand, what? I am gonna do a reaction to the chibi version, the chibi anime version. Yes, because I believe it finished recently, and all the episodes add up to like 90 minutes, right? So I could do that. I could do that reaction in a whole sitting, and I'm gonna, because apparently it's cute as fucking hell, and I'm like, I believe that. I'm finally putting the bottle down. It's been empty for like 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm totally reacting to the chibi version. Maggie, there really isn't that much extra content in the special version. That was another thing that I was wondering. I was like, how much actual extra stuff could there be in there, really? But I figured that what is there is probably going to be pretty good. Especially, like, don't they, like, actually hold hands in the special edition or something like that? Like, that alone is the price of admission for me. There's a lot of gay in the chibi? Leo, there's a lot of gay in the chibi version? I figured it was just going to be cute fluff. There's gay? I mean, obviously there's going to be gay in some way or another. It's the Untamed. But, interesting. I'm just checking to see. I'm on my phone like a bad YouTuber, but I have to check in with the wife and see when she's actually landing home. Because when she gets home is when I have to end the stream. I have no idea. Arfea, can you send me specific Untamed BTS videos? I have it covered. I should have it covered. I am reasonably certain that I have that covered. So thank you. And actually, after I do some behind the scenes videos, that's when I will be asking for people to send me if there's anything left that I haven't seen so that we can cover all the bases. But in terms of like a really good starting point, I've got that. I found a really good YouTube channel for that. Leo, how's the wife? She's good. She's just now going back on overtime at her job again after only having like a week from not being on overtime. But other than that, she's good. She finally got to go to the chiropractor. She does martial arts and she hasn't been to a chiropractor in way too long. And so she's starting to feel much better body speaking, which is fucking fantastic. But she's doing well. Yeah. Love bot. Oh, love that for her. Yeah, we love to see it. We love to see it. Oh, she can tell me. Leo, I love that you and the wife watch these shows together. For the most part, yes. She has not seen The Untamed. That is my new mission in life, to get her to see The Untamed, because she would fucking love it. She would love it. Even if it takes me like 5 years, I am going to get her to watch The Untamed. Why? Why hasn't she? Well, I mean, think about her impression of it. The biggest impression she's had of The Untamed so far is when she's come home and I've been sobbing still, right? Because I film right up until she comes home. And so she's much more of the, I would like to watch queerness that has like some happy times with it, you know? And so that's probably not a really great endorsement. That there has been one time in particular, it was after Yan Lee. When my wife came home after Yan Lee, I was a like half tipsy, sobbing, I was still sobbing mess. I was a disaster. So like it's really no wonder that she's kind of like, The Untamed. I don't know. But also she's a bit weird with subtitles just because she has to be doing something with her hands whenever she watches anything. And you can't do that with subtitles. You can't look down with subtitles. It demands your whole thing. So she usually doesn't watch subtitle things very much. I got her to watch Yuri on Ice, though. I think that was the last time I got her to watch anything with subtitles. Definitely a human. Some parts are happy. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to get her with. I'm trying to be like, yeah, there might be some sad parts, but there's also like a lot of happiness, and also it's like really worth it from an emotional catharsis standpoint. I'm working on it. I'm trying. I'm getting there. Maggie, there's so much sadness in the Untamed, but so much happiness as well. Exactly. That's one of the things that makes the show kind of exhausting, is that they have such extremes of both, but it doesn't feel forced or contrived either. That's just how the story was fucking woven together. And I will be studying how that story was woven together, I swear. And like for the next 10 years. Because like as a writer, I'm just sitting here in awe. Len, favorite characters from the Ducklings? I mean, the best boy is the obvious answer. I mean, how can it be anything other than the best boy? I have a very clear bias. That is hilarious. Mira, crocheting scarves is good for subtitle shows. She crochets. She's been crocheting for a good few years now. I don't think she's actually ever tried it with a subtitle show. She and I figured that would be too much looking down. But maybe not. We haven't actually tried it yet. That's a good argument. Clarissa, I always feel that C dramas are less predictable to me than Western dramas, in part because the tropes are different. In part because the tropes are different. That is actually a big part of it. But the other thing is that I find the same thing, because I feel like, anyway, that Asian dramas and animes, they're just willing to do so much. They're just willing to do so much. Like they do so many batshit crazy things, but then they make it like justified. Like that's the thing that absolutely knocks me over about anime and anything from East Asia, is that yeah, they come with their own set of tropes that you'll see repeated, but by and large, they have tried some batshit insane stuff that has worked on like every fucking level when you didn't think it would, because they try shit. They try the craziest shit. And sometimes it doesn't work, yeah, but it works way more often than I feel like it should. I mean, Assassination Classroom alone, I was sobbing over a yellow tentacled alien teaching students while at the same time he had a plan to like destroy the world in a year. Like, what kind of craziness is that? And yet, sobbing at the end of that series. Didn't stop. Absolutely crying. It's a great anime, by the way. If you haven't seen it, you absolutely should. It's not gay. It's not gay at all. But that doesn't matter. You should watch it anyway. Assassination Classroom. Cinder, the mythology is different too. Yeah. Yeah. And they're following different cultural expectations that we typically don't know about. Absolutely as well. So there's definitely things that feel like a departure to a Western audience that isn't actually a departure to the audience that it was made for, created for. That is absolutely a factor. Petra, did you just call it ass class? As a short for Assassination Classroom? That might be my favorite thing. Nova, you should watch the Untamed song live with Yibo and Zen, because it's really good. That's one of the performances, right? I do have performances down as like a separate video. So like behind the scenes stuff, cast interview stuff, and then I do have a separate video set aside for the live performances, or at least parts of the live performances. I'm still hashing out the details on that one. But I will be watching some of the performances because, like, hello, why wouldn't I? They're singing at each other. Like, sign me up, right? Misha, I honestly can't wait for all that content. It's going to be meted out. It's going to be, as regular as I can manage it over the next couple few months. I hope that I have enough to last for the duration of Hannibal, because Hannibal will take about 5 months to get through at 2 times a week. And I'm hoping I have enough Untamed videos to kind of sprinkle in throughout those months so that Untamed people who maybe can't watch Hannibal because Hannibal is not for everybody still have something to look forward to on the channel while we get through a series that they can't partake in for whatever reason. Narzi, when they started to sell tickets for the live performance, after they finished airing in China, it was sold out in 7 seconds. Don't underestimate fangirls. Don't. Especially when a couple of hot guys are involved. Yeah? Yeah. Liliana, have I seen Hannibal already? I watched it when it aired, and it finished airing in 2015. So it's been 5.5 years since I've seen it, and I have forgotten basically everything. If I had remembered too much of it, I wouldn't have put it up as a possible reaction series. But I've forgotten most things. Like there are a couple of particularly gruesome highlights that I remember, but other than that, I don't remember. So it will still make a really good and really fun reaction. Also, it'll be interesting going back and rewatching it now, knowing how it ends, because the fandom, at least, didn't go into it thinking that it would end the way it did. And neither did the showrunner, neither did Brian Fuller. It was something that the show turned into and he went with because he's a gay man and he fucking knows, right? So there are a whole lot of things that are going to make this Hannibal reaction really interesting. Len, the Hannibal community's fan art is fucking amazing. There are so many talented people in that fandom. It's nuts. Kind of like the Critical Role fandom. Their fan art is like next fucking level. Similar case. Definitely a human. You gotta go? That's fine. Thank you for coming. Lovebot. Sucks that I can't watch horror. Yeah, I'm hoping that's, one of the many obvious reasons why I'm doing so much Untamed stuff after the fact is that I know that there are people who just can't watch horror, and that's totally fine. And I wanted to give y'all something in the meantime. Rest. It's like pretty horror, though. And indeed, it is a gorgeous show. It is gorgeously filmed, and there are gorgeous people in it. However, I still don't know how that show got away with what they got away with when they weren't on paid cable. It's not an HBO or Showtime show, but Jesus fuck, you wouldn't think it from the shit that they depict on like an episode basis. It's not even an exception to the rule. Liliana. Oh wait, is it like gay in the end? My impression is that the showrunner Brian Fuller made it as canon as he possibly could, as the network would let him. And yeah, canon. Is it like explicit in our face the way that we all low-key wish it was? Kind of not really. But again, I feel like he made it as gay as possible in the ending, and as gay as they would let him. It's a very, very vague spoiler, right? It's very, very vague. It's the vaguest spoiler, actually. Mira, are you a Critter too? Yes, I'm a big fan of Critical Role. Holy shit. Absolutely. I love Critical Role. I've loved it for, what, over a year, almost 2 years now? I've seen all of Campaign 1, and I am completely caught up on Campaign 2, and I have been for a few months. Love Critical Role. I'm such a, yeah, don't get me started, we'll be here all day. But there's gayness in that, too. D&D gayness, Dungeons and Dragons gayness, yes. Cinder, give me Hannibal spoilers so I know it's worth it. I mean, literally, other than me saying, like, yeah, it's worth it. Listen, you can skip over the gruesome bits, right? And nobody would blame you. And then what you're left with is I like head empty. It's a fascinating queer tragedy that is as queer as it is a tragedy. And I definitely would say it would be worth it if you're a non-horror fan that's okay with skimming past some really, really gruesome stuff. If you just don't like horror, if you're just not into anything even remotely gross, then this show is probably a bit too intense. Yeah, and you should probably avoid it. But if you don't mind skimming past some grossness, oh man, the psychology alone. You want to talk about the layers to all of the relationships in the Untamed? The layers to Hannibal and Will alone, you could and can just write endless essays about. It's fascinating and gay as hell. Len, when it comes to the Untamed, you don't know how they got away with so much love in the eyes. God, especially in episode 50. There was that one moment in episode, I mean, there were actually a couple of moments like this in episode 50, but like the first one was the longest. There was an obscenely long eye contact moment with Wuxian and Wang Ji that was like, I felt like I was intruding at that point. It was real gratuitous. Like, I was like, that was in lieu of a sex scene, basically. There was one that was particularly just long and unabashedly fucking romantic. It was glorious. Was it the one on the mountain? No, Lovebot. I mean, that one too, obviously, but it actually happened earlier. It was I can't remember if it was right before or after the best boy reveal, but it was somewhere in that scene. Why do I still have the bottle? God. Was it after? Yeah, after the reveal with Wuxian. Yeah. It was just so gratuitously long. It was amazing. Like, that would be the kind of stuff that I would have expected in the special edition. Valea, emotional support wine bottle. Yeah. Yeah. It's high key present in the reaction. I can tell you that right now. I'm so happy. I actually got an entire ass separate bottle of wine just for episode 50 that worked like a charm. I didn't actually think it would. I was like, maybe I'll get through half. And then I had to fight myself to keep from finishing off the whole thing just in one episode. So that paid off. That paid off in a great way. Liliana, did I cry a lot? Basically, once I really started losing it during the Awan reveal, I think it stayed lost. I'm pretty sure. I think I somewhat had my shit together when they were talking to one of my sons, when they were talking to Hwasong. Again, sorry for butchering. But other than that, no, it was like once I was gone, they pretty much made sure that I stayed gone. There's a lot of crying in this one. I'm actually gonna have as little editing as possible. I'm gonna have to make a few cuts because I had to pause one or two times. But I am trying to like make this like the longest reaction yet. Lovebot, you are getting the episode 50 reaction on Saturday. It's the same schedule as always. You're getting the episode 50 reaction on Saturday. You're getting the soundtrack, or maybe even just the instrumental soundtrack reaction on Saturday. And hopefully, if I can get the video finished tomorrow, you will also be getting the big BL series roundup reviews. That's 40 minutes of talking about, you know, Asian gayness on Saturday as well. Hopefully, if not this Saturday, then next Saturday. But it's still before everybody else. It's still part of the early access. So yeah, you actually have a lot of stuff coming at you this Saturday. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, Petra. Not that I'm calling you a liar, but like, there is no way that people said that Wang Yibo shouldn't play Wang Ji because he was too ugly. I refuse. I refuse to believe that. That can't be. That can't. What? I don't. I literally don't understand that concept. He's one of the most beautiful men I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. They really did? Some hardcore Chinese fans? What? I don't understand people. It was an actual like debate? What? Yeah, I'm with you, Cinder. I'm never going to recover from this man's beauty. Like, no. He's almost too beautiful to look at. So, like, I don't understand how. I mean, different tastes being different tastes, but like. Lovebot, honestly, they both have a lot of antis, but it comes with fame. I have heard that Xiao had some kind of backlash or whatever. And I remember looking into it and it being like basically literally over nothing, like nothing he could control or anything like that. And yeah, that's just kind of the thing with fandom, is that there's always that group of people in every fandom. There's always that group of people in any group of people, actually. So it's not that fandom is some weird place. It's just people being people. Yasmin, Yibo tried to get the role 3 times before being accepted, as in like he had to audition 3 times? Because that would at least make sense. Also, did anybody audition for the role that they actually got? Because I keep hearing about this actor who wound up in this part actually auditioned for this part. I've heard nothing but that for like the entire damn cast. Like the guy who played Shu Yang didn't audition for Shu Yang. And I believe Xiao auditioned for Shu Yang and then wound up as Wushan. Those are the 2 I remember, but I also remember hearing more. Like I think the guy who played Yao, I know his name, it's just leaving me. But the guy who played Yao also didn't audition for Yao. Nobody auditioned for the part that they got. Everyone wanted Shu Yang. I mean, it's kind of like the Joker, right? Like everybody wants to be the charismatic, batshit crazy guy. I get that. I would have auditioned for Shu Yang if they had let me. That's right. Yao auditioned for Best Boy, my son. Everybody auditioned for Shu Yang. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Liliana. Xiao Zhan playing a villain. Ooh. Yes, please. Like just a straight up villain. Yes. I may not live through it, but yeah, you have good ideas. Aw. Leo. He like even went in person to audition because he wanted the role so bad. We love dedication. I love hearing about actors who really bent over backwards because they wanted a role so bad. It gets me right there. You know, I wanted to be an actor when I was younger for several years. And so I'm just so fond of actors. One of my best friends is an actor. I just have such a fondness. I love shit like that about hearing all the hoops that they were willing to jump through. Love it. Yeah, Dragon. Xiao did such a good job with Wushan's almost descent into villainy that you would be totally down for that. Yeah, exactly. Wow, everyone really did audition for Shu Yang. Rast, I can't see Yao as best boy. Me neither, no. Which is the other thing, is that so many people auditioned for different roles, and then this fucking casting director genius was like, no, let's mix this up a bit. And then you wound up with some of the best casting that I have ever fucking seen. Like in anything. This is one of the most well put together casts. It's unfucking real. And nobody auditioned for like their original parts. Fezza, have I ever looked up the ages of the cast? I swear I have. At the very least, the main 2 guys. And aren't they like or at least one of them is in like their late 20s, maybe like early 30s or something like that. Not that they look it at all. Ah, Leo, the casting director, I believe, is a huge fan of the book, so they worked hard to get the best people for each role. This would make so much sense. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Yeah, it was Xiao who was older. Xiao was 29 and Wang Yibo is 24, 23, 24 when they filmed. Mingzhu is 30, I believe that. It's probably the mustache, but I believe that. I'd heard that, Jar, that what clinched Wang Yibo as Wang Ji was that when he went in person, he just had that aura fitting Wang Ji. And I'm like, damn right he did. Like, that's not roles like Wang Ji or Spock or anything where their emotions are like behind umpteen different layers and they can't emote that much most of the time. That's a fucking difficult thing to do as an actor, and it's super difficult to cast. So when someone walks in like fucking Wang Yibo and he has that kind of aura, yeah, you cast that bitch. Like, hello. Oh, correction. Wang Yibo was 20 when they filmed. He turned 21 on set. So that would mean he would be more like 23 now. Cinder, Yibo is amazing. I'm assuming I heard that this show got a bunch of awards. I'm assuming like half of them were for acting, right? I haven't looked up all the awards that this show got, but I am just gonna go out on a limb and say that the actors were rewarded for really phenomenal performances. They're still getting awards. Damn. I know they both sing. I mean, not just because we heard them in the duet, but both Xiao and Yibo Wang. I know they both sing. I have seen some gift sets of Yibo Wang dancing. We're not ready for that conversation. Um, but I haven't seen Xiao in any kind of dancing context. I don't know if he does or not. Yeah, they were both in boy bands, Jessica. Oh, well, then Xiao would have had to dance if he was in a boy band. Then he has to be a dancer to some degree, I'd imagine. But doesn't Xiao release music on his own now? There's something I need to hear. I'd be really curious to hear what kind of music he makes. Yibo Wang is in a Korean band? He's in K-pop? K-pop. Specifically? Really? Oh, Mira, the biggest single in China last year was Xiao. the best boy. Yibo Wang is a K-pop idol. Wow. Even though I've seen some, like I said, I've seen some gift sets from it, which is still really weird to go from Wang Ji to seeing him pull like apparently K-pop, drama performance faces. That's an adjustment. Oh, Misha. That's also why some people didn't want him as Wang Ji? Really? I can see that. That strikes me as a the Heath Ledger as Joker thing. When they first announced way back when they first announced that Heath Ledger was going to play Joker, there was huge backlash because the thing that Heath Ledger was most known for at the time was Brokeback Mountain. And so you had all these homophobes who were like, he played a gay guy, he can't play Joker, blah blah blah. And of course now he's gone down in history as basically the best Joker. Not unlike Yibo Wang going down as just one of the best people, period, to be Wang Ji. So, Lovebot, isn't it weird to see them without wigs? Yes! I am still not used to it. I have more of a feed of them because I follow more Untamed blogs now, obviously, and now I can finally take it off my blacklist so I can see everything. But yeah, I've seen them in modern clothes without the wigs, and I am still not fully used to it yet. Sometimes, but not entirely yet. That's a dramatic fucking shift. Dragon, I couldn't recognize them for so long. Actually, I had a harder time recognizing Shao the first several times he came across my dash in contemporary clothes and hair. I actually had trouble recognizing him, and I usually don't have trouble recognizing anybody. I'm pretty good with faces. But jeez, I did double takes more than once. And so far, actually, I haven't really seen Yibo Wang. I haven't seen him kind of with a bad haircut yet. But it's like every fucking hairstyle on this guy is like, yes, 10 out of 10. Amazing, gorgeous, wonderful. Can't say the same for Xiao, though. I've seen him with a couple of hairstyles. I was like, oh no, your beautiful face deserves better than that, sir. Blonde Wang Yibo? I have not seen this yet. I have not seen him blonde. Am I prepared for that? Arfea, Xiao got super skinny for the Untamed. They were both really skinny. I feel they were both extremely thin. Blonde Wang Yibo? Okay, hang on. Provided my internet will cooperate with me. Let's see if I can Google this real quick and not have like the entire live stream just cave in on me. You're joking. Whoa. Oh my god. Also, apparently, when he was blonde, he had like the 13th Doctor's haircut. Holy shit. Sorry, I've gotten completely distracted by Wang Yibo's beauty. Holy fuck. That's it. I'm doing this search again later. I'm saving pictures. Oh my god. Okay, now I can see myself again. There we go. I'm blocked now. Jeez. Woo! I wasn't ready for that one. I really wasn't. You guys called it. No, you called it. You were right. You were right. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Lovebot, he was so young. How young was he when he had the blonde hair? Because he definitely looked younger than the Untamed. 16? Oh my god, this boy. That's another thing. He looked way younger. He was 16. He was younger, but he also looked like particularly young because of the blonde hair. And Inala, which by the way, have I seen you yet, Inala, in this chat? Hi, hey girl, hey. Said they really wanted to promote him as the baby of the group at debut for his boy band. That did it. That absolutely did it. That bleached hair and that haircut. Yeah, no, they got that right. Oh, okay. So he trained from 13 to 16, 3 years. That's a pretty decent stint in K-pop training. Oh, he didn't like the blonde? That's a damn shame because woof. But actually, we should probably be grateful that he didn't like the blonde because if he liked the blonde, then he would be blonde more. And frankly, I don't know if I could have handled that. So, small blessings. Small blessings, I feel. I have seen some of Yibo Wong dancing, but now I need to now I can do the deep dive on both of the guys, right? And actually, go in and look for stuff like K-pop boy band dancing and all that jazz. Although it's still weird. It's still weird. He hates being called cute. Oddly enough, that's pretty adorable. Not cute though, just really adorable. Although I'm sure if I went through a stint where I was in a K-pop band and I was supposed to be the baby of the group and therefore I had everybody calling me cute 24/7 for a couple of years, I probably wouldn't want to be called cute either. Also, I feel like most 16-year-old guys don't want to be called cute in that babying type of way. Lovebot. He is cute though. Hate that for him. I know that's the other unfortunate thing is that he's cute as hell. Yeah, I saw that earlier, Nova. He's also wait, I just realized this. He does motorcycle races, he does motorbike races. That means there's pictures of him in motorbike and like motorcycle like jackets, leather jackets, the whole garb, all of that stuff. I'm assuming there's pictures of him in that. I'm not ready for that one either. Excuse me? Shao called himself a 6 out of 10 in an interview? Arfea, what kind of has he picked up a mirror? Like there's humility and there's delusion. You know what I mean? 6 out of 10. Somebody smacked that boy. Oh wait, who has bad eyes? Len. Oh, is it Xiao actually? Is it Xiao who has bad eyes? Because I remember in an extreme close up in one of the late episodes of the Untamed, they were really close in on a kind of a side view of Wushan's eyes, and I saw the contacts in his eyes. That's how fucking close it was. Yeah, he wears glasses. That's what I thought. Liliana, every one of the cast was saying that he was the most beautiful man ever. Well, yeah. He needs to hang around with his cast more. I've seen him with glasses a lot. That was the other thing. He does a lot of ad campaigns for glasses. At least that's what I've seen come across my dash lately. Xiao is tall? Like how tall? Xiao's like 6 foot? Nuh-uh. Well, damn. How tall is Yibo Wong? All legs, Nala. All legs. Oh, they made Yibo Wong stand on boxes. That's so cute, and he hates being called cute. I'm fine. Wait, Yibo Wong is 5'10" or 5'11"? Because that's not too far down. I mean, if you had to make Wang Ji look like he's taller than Wu Shen, then yeah, they had to get him to stand on a box to make him that. But in actual, he's not. That's still pretty tall, especially for a Chinese guy, I believe. I was under the impression that Chinese men run at like 5'7" as an average. Or am I entirely wrong? Jessica, they wanted Wang Shi to be taller than Rushan. Not that the taller one is always the top, but if you wanted to reinforce that, then that makes sense to me. Nova, he's too tall to us short people. I'm 5'9", so that's like pretty perfect height for me. The wife is texting. Misha! Misha said, I'm 5'1". He wouldn't even see me. Oh no, 5'1". That is so I mean, I love people who are 5'1". I've had my sister is like 5'4", maybe 5'5". But like an old friend of mine was about that height of 5'1". That's still a great height. But he would look right over you at 6'1". That's a whole ass foot taller. If he was an American guy, he'd be totally into you. Because what is it with like 6'1" guys being into girls who are over a foot shorter than them? That's a very American guy thing. Oh, there's a bunch of short people in the chat. That's wonderful. I believe, let me double check. Yes, my wife is on her way home. So this this live stream was about twice as long as I thought it would be, because I didn't realize that the wife would be staying at work longer today. I thought she would have been home like 45 minutes ago. But so she's on her way home. That means I have to bug out. But this was a wonderful live stream. You have to watch my breakdown in real time. Thank you so much for all of your questions. I hope this was fun. I hope this was amazing. We'll start a discussion on Patreon as to whether or not you would want this to be a regular thing. Because I'm thinking this would be how we end every series, with a live stream like this, that this becomes like patron tradition, right? So we'll have that whole discussion over on Patreon. Thank you so much for tuning in for my emotional breakdown and sticking with me this long. I wasn't expecting the live stream to go this long. And I will see you very, very soon. I do want to do more live streams, just generally speaking, because there was so much fucking fun to get to talk to you guys more directly like this. And I don't know when the next live stream is going to be, but obviously you will be the first to know when it happens. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, or if it's super late for you, go the fuck to sleep. And of course, as always, please, 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 now more than ever, take care of yourself. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.